Hi, my name is Tim Nagy, and I'm a partner in Mayor Brown's Financial Markets Regulatory and Enforcement Group. Today, I will be discussing FINRA's recently issued report on its examination and monitoring program. This annual report provides insight into areas of interest to the three main examination programs within FINRA: member supervision, market regulation, and enforcement. As with the past years, the report combines content previously found in the annual priorities letter and the annual report on exam findings and observations. The 2023 report contains relevant rules, key considerations, findings and observations, and notes on effective practices. It is intended for practitioners to use to assess and enhance their compliance programs. The 2023 report with appendix weighs in at over 70 pages. I will highlight a few key areas that may be of interest to member firms. I encourage you to review the full report and the Mayor Brown legal update for more detail. I will begin with Regulation Best Interest in Form CRS. We are entering year 3 since the implementation of these rules and requirements, and they remain a focus of regulators. FINRA's reviews in 2023 will include whether firms are making recommendations that adhere to the care obligation under Reg BI. Key considerations under the care obligation are the requirement to understand the potential risks, rewards, and costs associated with a recommendation, as well as heightened scrutiny of high-risk, high-cost, or complex investments. FINRA also will examine whether firms are identifying and addressing conflicts of interest, whether firms are disclosing to retail customers all material facts related to conflicts of interest, and finally, whether firms have established and are enforcing adequate supervisory procedures. The next area relates to market integrity, specifically order handling, best execution, and conflicts of interest. FINRA will assess firms' compliance with the best execution obligations under FINRA Rule 5310. This includes evaluating whether firms are fully and promptly executing marketable customer orders, as well as conducting regular and rigorous reviews. In the prior year's exams, firms were found, among other things, to have failed to assess executions in competing markets and failed to conduct reviews of different order types. Firms' regular and rigorous reviews also should include assessment of potential conflicts of interest stemming from inducements such as payment for order flow arrangements. I'm sure by now everyone is aware that the SEC has its own proposal to adopt Regulation Best Execution. That proposal remains pending, and at present it is unclear how it will impact existing best execution obligations under the FINRA rules. FINRA has publicly stated that it will take appropriate steps to avoid regulatory duplication and will provide clarity if and when the SEC rule becomes final. In the meantime, Best Ex will remain an area of focus. In 2023, FINRA will continue to examine firms' rollout and use of mobile apps. In exams during the prior calendar year, FINRA identified problems with communications with customers via mobile apps and supervision of activity on those apps. FINRA highlighted that some mobile apps do not adequately distinguish between products and services of the broker-dealer and those of affiliates and/or third parties. This is commonly seen in connection with the offering of crypto asset services. FINRA also will monitor how mobile apps disclose and explain risks associated with higher risk products and services. Another area that remains a focus is cybersecurity. Unfortunately, account intrusions and network hacks remain all too common. To address this area of concern, FINRA established in 2022 a new cyber and analytics unit. The unit has specialized teams for examining firms' cybersecurity risk management programs and conducting investigations of cyber-related fraud. FINRA noted that it has increased its outreach to firms regarding cybersecurity threats, including notifying them of websites or social media profiles that may be attempting to impersonate a firm and/or its personnel. Firms are advised to consider the steps they take to prevent a cybersecurity intrusion. how they protect customer information and confidential firm data, and the steps taken to ensure the identity of individuals opening or accessing an account. Firms should also maintain and revisit the adequacy of their incident response plan. Finally, FINRA noted that it continues to focus on firms' business practices with respect to complex products and options. This includes reviewing customer account activity to assess whether recommendations regarding these products are in the best interest of the retail customer. Last year, FINRA issued a regulatory notice to remind firms of their regulatory obligations regarding complex products and options. In December, FINRA provided an update with key considerations related to supervising the approval of options accounts and the monitoring of activity in options accounts. There are a host of other topics covered in the FINRA report. This includes new sections devoted to manipulative trading, fractional shares, and fixed income fair pricing. Firms will want to review these areas to make sure that their compliance programs and supervisory systems remain current. In general, firms can use the report to identify potential gaps and areas for enhancement. They also should use it to prepare for upcoming regulatory exams. Again, I encourage you to review our related legal update on the Free Writings and Perspectives blog. Thank you for joining me for this session.